Canadian buyers who purchased their properties in the first quarter of 2022 are now dealing with the reality of it having a lesser value, and they should expect it to stay that way for a while. This statement was made by a recent report by BMO that I found in the Stories newsletter, along with several other newsletters that were singing a similar tune. In today's video, I am going to talk to you guys about the real estate market on both a national level and a local level, because there's a lot going on right now in the real estate market and things are changing fast. Before I do that, I would like to ask you guys, if you do find my content to be of value, please hit the like button and the subscribe button below. I really appreciate it, and it helps me get my content out to more people like you who might be wondering what's going on in the world of real estate. I normally don't talk about the Canadian real estate market and focus more on my area of Langley and the Fraser Valley. However, because the Bank of Canada continues to increase the overnight lending rate, we've seen not only the local market be affected, but all of Canada is being affected. The middle provinces seem to be staying more stable, but in areas like Vancouver and Toronto, where we have high housing prices, we're seeing the effect more than others. Going back to my opening statement of how BMO made a claim that they don't expect buyers to recoup their prices should they have bought in the last quarter of this year. The article goes on to say that home sales slid 12.6% in April, dragging the nationwide activity down 21% from 1 year ago. Please keep in mind they're talking about the number of sales and not the sale prices. While that statement's true, when we look at the 10-year average of Canadian sales, which is represented by this yellow line, you can see that we are still above that 10-year average. In fact, we're still quite a bit above it. I mean, we were significantly above it for the past 2 years. So despite the sales decline we've seen over the past 2 months on a national level, sales are still almost 10% higher than they were pre-COVID. The point being is, when you read these headlines in the media and read these articles, please keep in mind what's happened in history, because information can easily be skewed. The news loves it. I'm also not here to put a spin on any of this information because I'm a real estate agent and I want to paint a brighter picture than the reality. Because the reality is that we are seeing a correction in the market. However, I don't believe we're going to see a major crash. The way that they were going up at that acceleration could have caused a crash landing in prices, whereas because we're controlling it now piece by piece, it's going to prepare us for more of a soft landing. So far in 2022, we've seen the Bank of Canada raise the overnight lending rate twice. Once by 0.25%, followed by an additional increase of 0.5%. They are meeting again on June 1st, and there's rumors that they're going to increase the rate by 0.5% again, and this is going to affect affordability big time. Because like we talked about, yes, price points are expected to decline, but remember that interest rates are also rising to fight the 30-year high inflation that we have. This is a good thing that needed to happen. And so the question buyers need to be asking themselves is, why am I buying? Because yes, you might wait a little bit and get a lower price on a property that you want to purchase, but what's that interest rate at the time of your purchase? Do the math to really figure out, how will the increase in interest rates affect my affordability? And can I still get into the house that I want to get into? Because if you're buying for the long-term game and you have a good rate today and you're comfortable with those payments, it might not be something to completely take off the table. Another factor I think that could be responsible for the decline in sale pricing are the actual sellers who are selling right now, because you have to remember, when those people bought, they bought in the height of the market that was in February and March, because at that time you simply couldn't go in with a subject to sale offer or even any subjects in your offer. So those people that are now in a panic to sell because they've already purchased and they're closing in the summertime are going to be more likely to take a lower sale price as opposed to what they would have maybe expected a month or two ago. And that's definitely going to have an effect on the sale prices we see going into the next few weeks and into the summer months. And that's also going to have an effect on the comparables and the new sales that are coming out. For the first quarter of 2022, we saw prices on a consistent increase. But now that we're starting to feel some uncertainty in the market, buyers are having some pushback. I'm definitely seeing this out in the field myself. I have several listings right now on the market in both Langley and Surrey, and although we're getting a reasonable amount of showings, the buyers after just don't take action. They want to look at more properties, they've got the time to do that, and again, there is that fear lingering that, hey, what's going to happen on June 1st if the rates do go up? When we digest all of this information and we look at the Canadian real estate market and the local real estate market, one thing is clear. Sales are falling and prices will follow suit. So although I don't see prices continuing to increase, I also don't see them falling off a cliff. They are going to soften for sure, and I think that's going to happen for the foreseeable future. If you're interested in talking to me more about the real estate market and some of the economic changes that are occurring and how they may affect you, you can book an appointment with me in the Calendly link below. We can schedule a buyer's consultation, a seller's consultation, or just chat about real estate in general. If you guys are enjoying my content, I really encourage you to hit the like and subscribe button if you haven't already. Thanks for your support, and I will talk to you soon.